Another episode of Cars, Bars, Boats, Guitars. And of course some of these powerboat clowns, like this one that just passed, they don't realize what no wake means. For those who don't know, it means you slow down when you're going by a dock because it makes all these big waves. Drives everybody friggin' bananas because now it beats our boats against the dock. You're getting on. If you had, look at the side, look at my boat going there. The size of the waves on that thing. See, and then it bounces up the shore. It's just ignorant fools. And I hate to say there's another boat club up the road and there's some nice people there. There's a lot of idiots too, and a lot of those idiots do this. Now look at this guy in the red. See? This is a smart boater. He slows down because he knows it's just a little club. You take a second, you slow down. See? Like, there's some real good guys up there. There's just a handful of clowns, you know, the usual bad apples. Oh well. So here we are. Look, water's gone down even more. Look, even today you can see on the log. There it is. Oh well. So, time to get to work. What are we doing today? Well, I'll show you. There she be. Look at that nice new paint job. Yeah, still a few marks, a few spots. Not perfect. But you know, it looks a lot nicer than it did. I got a few touch-ups. So, with this mess here. So I'm gonna give these a little scrub. I got some, oh geez, I left them up top. I got some sanding pads. I'm gonna give it a quick sand. But we're going out tomorrow for Canada Day, so we need to make her look good. And I gotta fix that stowaway door. That's just ridiculous. And maybe put up the Dodger. And of course, another thing, I gotta clean the place. It's a mess. Look at this. Poor Polly. She's crammed in here. Cobwebs. I just walked into a face full. Tools everywhere. The kitchen's a disaster. The couches aren't set up. The boom's down there. Look, there's the remnants are remnants of a bee's nest down there. Like, holy crow. I gotta get working here. Well, now it's not the worst I've done for a quick cleanup. Starting to look more like a boat now. Let's look. There. Still needs a little scrub, but at least she looks more like the Blue Lotus now. I'll hang up the boom tomorrow, get that out of the way. In the morning, I'm going to come in with a little pressure washer, freshen things up. I want to air this out a little bit, but I should get down and really show you. There, see? Took out the old stove. I'm going to cut a cutting board tonight for that. Later on, there'll be a propane stove in there, but we'll put that in. There, that looks more comfy, doesn't it? Hey, this is what my boat's supposed to look like. There, you can sit down, kitchen, new stove in there. Got a whole new design for these. That's going to be really cool. And well, for now, we got a cooler with some crusty old water bottles. We'll fill it with some fresh stuff. It still works. It doesn't have to be permanent. Beauty. Now, let's paint this. Well, big shock, change of plan. Did some sanding. It's getting late. Paint's not gonna have time to cure. This is the cockpit where we sit. Of all the places where I need the paint cured is here. This foolishness. So I got her cleaned up as good as I can. We got the lifeline hung out. Everything's happening. Clean the interior. Come tomorrow, give her another scrub in the morning. In the inside, I'm gonna do a nice job in the cockpit. The other reason is there's so many teeny tiny little areas, like you need to get your brush in here and stuff. And I mean, it's where you sit close, you see it all the time. So I think it's best to do it right. So that's what we're gonna do. But I am gonna cut the door because this thing kind of broke and I've got to fix it something. Even if I put a piece of wood on there that's fit and I put the door closed so it doesn't slide out, at least we can sit on it and enjoy it, not have to worry about somebody sitting on it and feeling like they broke the boat and me not telling them it's already broken already. Ooh, clever trick. Yeah, I would never do that. So, gotta fix that door. Let's do it. Just thinking, I was gonna bring this on shore because I didn't need it anymore. But I got this mess in the stove, all my paint supplies and some because I still need them and all this. Why not do it a little more organized? There we go. That's much better. Plus, I had a bunch of drill bits that dropped in one of my toolbox. So there is that. Got brand new pliers. It's Mama and the babies. Look. Oh. 1, They're not afraid of me at all. There's the rest of the family. Look at this. These guys are a little older though. Oh, more babies. I hear little cheeps everywhere. Okay, I gotta put down the phone. Look at all this stuff. Let's get some close-ups. Where's these little cheeps coming from? There's more babies. Holy, this is the popular spot. There he is. Just gotta love the ducks. So here's what happened. This kind of gave way. So there's no support anymore. So ideally, there's a piece of wood inside here. And then you sandwich this in, glass it all in. And then she's all tough and strong again. And we'll do that eventually. But for now, we're just gonna cut a blank out of this. It's a bit tough. It's an old piece I've been kicking around using to keep the rain out. I'll just cut it to size. It's too thick to really kind of put in there. You can see we just need very little, so I'll get some proper stuff later. Maybe some marine grade to be waterproof. Who knows? I mean, it doesn't really need it. It doesn't leak, although last stuff rotted, so maybe I should have. But hey, I'll cut this to fit and then we can sit on it. Let's get cracking. Here's what we're gonna do. I've got my old piece in there. Now, it doesn't have to be exactly the same, just kind of enough to fit. I mean, you can see I've got, you know, maybe 2 inches here, 2.5. So what I'll do, really, I wonder if it's wide enough. I think I'm just gonna cut that. See how that fits on the boat. The thing is, it's not really wide enough. I need a longer piece of wood. And again, I guess I could put 2 pieces or something. I do have a bunch of scrap hidden under there. It doesn't hurt to have a look. I mean, mostly I have just like cheap pine here in New Brunswick. That's one of the things you can, well, nothing's cheap anymore. Wood's gone through the roof, but I've always buying it and holding on to it for years and old junk and seeing what I got. So I got a bunch of stuff. Let's have about this high school. Yeah, look, so this is, you know, this pine, it's a bit big, not that strong. But you know what? This old stuff. This might not be too bad. I don't think it's wide enough though. I have some plywood. What are you guys all about? It doesn't look long enough though. I have a tape measure on me. Let's go have a look. I mean, I could go get a piece in the morning. It would just be so nice to have not even close done tonight. Now we're just gonna be sitting on it. It's just plywood is so expensive. That's the thing, you know? That's the best solution here. It's not wide enough, so that's a problem. I have some stuff in a storage area that I could use. The only problem, it's all sized up for shelves. Normally I wouldn't bat an eye, I'd chop it to bits and who cares. It's just that, frig man, stuff's expensive now. 2x4s are a bit thick. Maybe I can find a middle ground. Okay, middle ground found. What we're gonna do is this. I'm gonna cut this piece and use these as a cross breaks. I'll show you. I know how long these need to be, so I'm gonna cut 2 pieces and I'll use those. Even though these are little small pieces of plywood, I'm always using these for bracing stuff. I'm using these for reinforcing things. Not a problem, they'll get used. And these are just kind of scrap pieces anyway. So I'll use that, 2 on the end, and then fit the 1 in the middle, you know? And I'll still cut this down. And I don't think I'm even gonna make it any, yeah, well, no, I'll cut it to fit. That's what I'll do. So, this is gonna go here, I'll go here. I can always cut a little off if it's too much, right? If it sits a little over, that's okay. It's just a temporary little thing. Let's grab this fella. He looks like the same. Yeah, it's just a joke. One-handed carpenter. Cool. All right, let's get those steps. this was here. This was here. What am I missing? Measure twice, cut once, right? Also, they should say bring the but of course I was showing off for the camera, trying to do my cutting skills, and didn't have my measuring tape. There's one on the boat. I guess I could have brought it up this time, but yeah, there it is. So I'm thinking, I don't know, there's like a little edges. I think it caught on the edge, so I thought it was fine. It's too short. So here's what I'm gonna do.
So a little bit too wide to put the cover on, but there's like 2 inches to hold it up, and the plywood's gonna work great. It's gonna be solid. I won't be lifting and closing that one very much tomorrow, just to start and stop the engine. So yeah, which is kind of a big deal. But maybe I'll take, I don't know, maybe I'll just split doors. Too bad you can't do that everything to the side. So I'm gonna cut it down just a little bit so it fits.
Okay, so the moment of truth. Yeah, not ideal, it's awful tight, but again, it's just to get us through tomorrow until I come up with the real solution. Okay, there we go, and you see these fit nice and flush. Let's just see, it's too high, but you know, it seems okay. Let's sit on it, there's a bit of play, but nothing too crazy. I'm not too worried about it. I could reinforce it. There's going to be pillows on top of here, and if it breaks, we'll have a laugh. Okay, so there we have it. We've got it all freshly painted up front. And, you know, this repair that was really bugging me. That really needed to be done. But hey, that's great. Got the lifeline and the life preserver on the ladder installed from last year. It used to be back there. The motor, that's all new. Well, last season, but actually works this year. So that's good. You know, needs a coat of paint. This will hold everybody in. And we're ready for the pressure clues. I'll be back in the morning. I'm going to give it a clean, make sure it's nice and fresh, make sure all the pillows are out. I'm not sure if I'm going to put the boom up. I mean, the annoying thing is the boom like sticks out here so you can bonk your head on it. Although it's not too bad. It hangs pretty high. Geez, the pin's there. Maybe I'll do it now. Why not? It'll make a good picture tonight. There, we got her hooked up. Got the Traveler there. Geez, I even know the name now. But we're going to tie her there. I'm going to figure that out in the morning because I'm getting eaten alive. There now. Every day starting to look a little more like a sailboat. Isn't it? Beauty. Well, there we go. Another night's of cars, bars, boats, and guitars. So now I'm going to go home. I'm going to pick some guitar. I need some theme music for this show, but it's got to be done. So, and hey, who else am I going to get besides me? I have some old ones. The last couple episodes was actually a song with vocals. That's a whole piece, but I decided I'd put it in with no vocals. So, I'm going to clean this mess up and then go home, have a cold one. I already had my cold shower. I'm going to go and get ready for a wonderful Canada Day. There's going to be guitars tomorrow, and I'll videotape me playing for the old folks. It should be a lot of fun. See you then. Have a great night. Bye-bye.